waste tire, waste plastic, aluminium plastic, and so on. And the solid waste include the oil sludge or the coal tar sludge. Later I will show you how to choose the configurations and how to have different kinds of the equipment, because we have 3 kinds of equipment about the batch type pyrolysis plant, the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant for different raw materials and different capacity. The smallest capacity that we can have 1 kilogram per day. It is per pyrolysis plant unit, and the largest capacity is 50 tons per day. So about due to different quality that we have different equipment for you. You can just type your type your raw materials or type your capacity at our comment place, or just send your requirements to us privately. Then our sales manager can contact with you. Okay, let's go on for the introduction of our company and some information about our factory. This is the picture of our company, some brief introduction. From some brief introduction, this is a picture in our company, and our name of it is Henan Do Environmental Protection Technology, while has dedicated to the research and development of large and medium-sized renewable energy environmental protection equipment and a variety of waste recycling equipment for years. Well, we have founded in 2011, and we have for a history of 13 years. So now we are a professional manufacturing enterprise which gathered development, design, production, sales, installation, and after-sales service in one. So you can just come to our company and factory to see the whole program, the whole team of our company. This is the distribution of our clients. Well, in each continent, you can see they are our customers. So if you want to have a visit of our client's factory, it's also welcomed. You can just type your the business that you want to have, type your places, or you can just come to our factory, our workshop, to know more details about how our equipment built. Well, you can see here is our company in China, in central of China, Henan province, and about our clients is in each continent, America, Africa, Europe. Well, we have our subsidiaries company, a subsidiary company in Nigeria. So if you want to have this kind of business in Africa, it's very convenient. Oh, here is the name of our clients. Wow, it goes so fast. The clients is over 120 countries, so it's very convenient to come to our client's factory to see how it works, is it work well, and to come to our own workshop to know the details about the construction. You can see if there is a name of your own company, and the corporate owners we have for different regions. Here is the certificate in China and in European Union, and here is a ISO certificate. And now it shows us is the factory of our own built factory is also in Henan province, nearby our company. Well, it's occupied more than 40,000 square meters, so you can just come here. This business group involves waste tire, waste plastic equipment, and also the grain and oil equipment. So we are now in the Jiaozuo city. This is our factories located, over an area, covers an area over 40,000 square meters. Here's some brief introduction. You can have a look. Can you see the words clearly? If you can't, you can type and I will read for you. This is also some pictures of our factory, some little device of each line. This is the furnace of the pyrolysis reactor, and this is the installation cover. Well, don't worry, later I will show you some big pictures more clearly. This is also some introduction. And now it shows us is about the raw material of different kind of equipment. Well, today's topic is about how to choose the pyrolysis equipment between different raw materials. Now first we need to tell you what kind of raw material can use this pyrolysis machine. Well, the first kind of raw material is the solid waste. Well, it includes the waste tire, waste plastic, and other kind of waste. For example, the PCB board or the lithium battery, this kind of thing. And these hazardous waste include the oil sludge or the coal tar oil residue. This kind of things that contained oil is called hazardous waste. Well, it's in China. We separate this two kind of thing. Well, for example, if your raw material is the waste tire, then we can choose the batch type pyrolysis machine or the continuous pyrolysis machine. Both this kind of two kind of things, two kind of equipment also can be chosen. Well, the difference is if you chose the batch type pyrolysis machine, then we don't need some pre-process project. We can just put the whole tire into the reactor and close the door to have the combustion system to heat it, to get the flue gas, and to use the condensing system to condense it to the oil. This is the batch type. But if you chose the continuous one, then to ensure it will work continuously without stop, so we need to have some pre-process to crash the whole tire to the rubber powder. This is kind of different. So if you chose the fully continuous one or the semi-continuous one, we need to get the raw material is the tire rubber powder to 16 to 18 mesh, this kind of size. Well, the oil yield and the product of the tire is the data is very clear of the market. For example, the oil yield of the tire oil is 35 to 40 or 50%. Well, different depends on different kind of the tire from the truck or the tire from the bicycle, motorbike is different. So this is the tire oil yield. If you chose a big tire like the tire from the car or truck, then the oil yield is 42 to 45. This kind of thing, and we also can get the steel wire from the tire, maybe 15% of the steel wire, and we also can get 30% or 35% of the carbon black. The carbon black can used for the raw material of the waste tire, or the rubber, or we can also use it at the raw material of paint, or just burn it. It have very high heating energy that can replace the coal to use. This is the waste tire things. And if your raw material is the plastic, then we can get the plastic oil and the carbon black. Well, the plastics oil yield is not very clear, depends on different kinds of plastic we have. Well, we mixed it with the PET or PVC or the PS, PP. This kind of raw materials, plastic is different. Well, we need to pay attention that the two kinds of plastic is not suitable for the pyrolysis equipment. they are the waste PET and PVC. These two kinds of plastic, because they don't need the oil contained, and may have some harmful smoke when we pyrolysis, and the paraffin content is much more higher than other plastic. It will block the tube in the condensing system, so it's not suitable for PET and PVC to be the pyrolysis. But others kind of plastic, like the PP, PEPS or ABS, or this other plastic that sort out from our daily life, or the construction waste, can also use this pyrolysis machine. Just the oil yield is randomly, we need to have a test. If you want to know your raw materials, like your waste plastic thing, the oil yield of your plastic, then you can send your raw material to us, to our factory. Then we can have a free service to have experiment of your oil yield and other products contained. This all service for free. Then we can have analysis about your oil yield and your profit. Is it suitable for you to have this kind of business? This is our service for you. Okay, this is to solid waste. And the hazardous waste, the oil yield is much more randomly, because the state and the contain is different between the different oil sludge. For example, we can get the liquid oil sludge, which means that's much more oil or water contained. We can get the solid or semi-solid oil sludge, means that they're much more soil or other bricks, rock in your oil sludge. So the oil yield is different between different kind of the waste, hazardous waste. You can just also send your raw material to us, or you can carry your material to here. Then we can have a full deep communication, and you can come to our factory. Then we have a prototype for you to have experiment. Then another kind of the machine, just we can know different design for different raw materials and different capacity. Okay, there are some brief introduction about. Can you show it clearly? A different introduction about different kind of the tire. You can have a look. Just it depends on different tire. The oil yield is different. The largest oil yield is the tire from the truck or the big car or the OTR tire. This kind of waste, and the oil yield can reach to 45 to 52. And if your raw material is the small car tires, motorcycle or the bicycle tires, so the oil yield is 35 to 40. And other, like the rubber cable or the rubber shoes, then the oil yield is 35%. And this other, like the carpet or the rubber sheets, and we also have some other rubber things can use this pyrolysis machine. The oil yield is much more clear than the plastic. You can have some data to search it in the internet. And then it's the plastic. Well, the plastic's oil yield is much more randomly between different kinds of waste. For example, if you get the pure PPPS, then the oil yield can reach to 90%. But most of the pure plastic, we don't use it at this pyrolysis business. We often use it for further deep production, to use it at deep, like the bottles or other equipment. But the most kind of plastic that we have to use this kind of pyrolysis machine is the daily waste, the garbage, or the construction waste, the medical waste, this kind of waste. And if your plastic is ABS, so the raw material is for 40%, and other raw materials like the packing bag or the paper mill waste, some paper mill waste also have some raw materials, some plastic. Then it will depend on how many water contained. For example, if you get the dry paper mill waste, then the oil yield can reach to here the 80%. But if your raw material is the wet, much more water contained, then it can be 20%. So hello, if you are interested in this kind of equipment, then you can contact with us. Any other questions, then it's not very suitable to about this live show, then we can talk it privately. And other kind of plastic, like the aluminium plastic. Well, many clients in China, like in like in Fujian or Jiangxi province or Hunan province, will have many factories to use the aluminium plastic to have this kind of business. The oil yield is 50%, and we can also get the aluminium ingot and to sell it directly or melt it or have the deep processing. So the aluminium is much more higher. The price is much more higher than the plastic. So we can have have a big market about these aluminium plastic pyrolysis business. And other like the packing bag or some household garbage, well, the oil yield is randomly. If you have this kind of equipment, you can just send it to us. The PET and PVC is not suitable here. It's told us PET and PVC is not suitable. First, it's not much more oil contained in it, and when we heat it by the furnace, it will have some bad smoke, harmful smoke, and it also has much more paraffin in it, so it may block the tube in the condensing system. So it's the reason why it's not suitable. But other like the PET, PVC, the ABS or PPPEPS is all can use this pyrolysis machine. And this kind of raw materials like the PCB board or some batteries can also use. It also have some oil contained. Can use this pyrolysis machine or use the other recycling machine to get the metal. It also can recycle it. And here is the hazardous waste. Different hazardous waste like the oil sludge, coal tar oil sludge. But oil yield is also randomly. We can get some liquid oil sludge from the water tank, or the oil sludge that is solid or semi-solid, much more soil in it. So the state is different and the oil content is different. You can also send your material to us to give a free and communicate free configurations. And the coal tar oil, we can get the oil and the coal powder from it. So most of the oil sludge or the coal tar oil residuals pyrolysis factory is nearby some oil field or some coal field, this kind of places. For example, in Shanxi, China, or Heilongjiang, China, here is the this kind of province. Well, the hazardous waste is kind of different when we get the license, the certificate, when we have this kind of business between the solid waste. If you are interested, this is different in China, but in different other regions may have different policies. So if you want to know the policy, you can just contact with us and our sales manager can give you the introduction. This is the used waste applications of different products. The first main products we can get is the flue oil. And the flue oil, we can use it at the steel factory, boiler heating, or the oil of heavy oil generator, cement factory, this kind of places, as a very high heating energy to be combustion. And if you want to refine it, you can also have an distillation equipment to refine the OU to the diesel. And the non-standard diesel we get can be used at the diesel generator or the diesel flue or for heating, or some other heavy machinery like the agricultural machine, mining machine, this kind of places. This is the application of the OU, the flue OU, like the waste tire OU or the waste plastic OU. And if your raw material is the waste tire, then or the waste plastic or the aluminium plastic, we can also get the carbon black. Carbon black, we can just burn it directly for as a heating energy. It can replace the coal to use at the more than 7,000 kcal each kilogram. And also we can refining it to the new tire or the show soles or to paint for paint. It's very large usage applications. And the steel wire, we can use it we can solder it directly, or we can just remelt it. It also can use. This is floor from the waste tire. For example, the other kind of product like the paper mill waste or the aluminium ingot, aluminium plastic, then we can get aluminium ingot or the aluminium powder, or the oil sludge or the coal tar sludge. We can get the coal powder from the raw material. So it's kind of different. Well, about how to choose different equipment or how to choose different capacity, it depends on your raw material. Like if your raw material is the the tire or the tire rubber powder, then we can choose the batch type pyrolysis machine or the fully continuous pyrolysis machine. If you chose the raw material as the plastic, like the plastic from the paper mill waste or the plastic from the daily waste or construction waste, then it's better for you to choose the batch type. Here shows us is 8 line of the batch type pyrolysis machine. The fully continuous can also be chosen, but we need to have some pre-process to sort out the plastic from the garbage and to crush it to smaller pieces. Then we can ensure we can feed the plastic and pyrolysis it and discharge the carbon black at the same time. This is the plastic things. And if your raw material is the oil sludge or the coal tar sludge, if you get the liquid state, like much more oil contained or water contained, then we can use both the batch type fully continuous plant, batch type pyrolysis plant or the continuous pyrolysis plant. But if there are much more solute in your raw materials or other some kind of mixed things like the rock, then it's better for you to choose the batch type pyrolysis machine. So this is kind of different. You can type your raw material first, and we will have you some suggestion for you about different configurations program. And they're kind of different between the waste tire and the waste plastic, because if your raw material is a plastic, they may have some paraffin, or we can call it wax, in there. So when it goes through the condensing system, it's very easy for the paraffin to cool down to the solid state, and then we will have some pressure problem. It will block the tube, the pipeline in your condensation system. So we need some decogging design, some to enlarge the tube. This is some design. Have some decogging tank. They're all our patent device. So if you want to have the pyrolysis machine of plastic, then you can contact with us, and we will give you some detailed introduction about how to solve this kind of problem. And we also have some problem when your oil yield is the oil sludge. The raw material is the oil sludge. It will also have some soil in it. When we heat it, it will cook the inner side of the furnace. So we also have this kind of decocking system for you. This is kind of different device for different raw materials. It's welcome to type your raw materials for us, and we will give you some introduction. We have 3 kinds of the equipment. The first one is the batch type pyrolysis machine, and the capacity is 10 tons per day, 12 tons per day, 15 tons per day, 18 tons per day, and 20 tons per day. And if you chose the semi-continuous pyrolysis machine, and we have a 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton, and 20 ton as well. But if you chose the fully continuous pyrolysis machine, and the biggest capacity is 50 ton, and we also have 15 ton, 20, 30, 40, and 50. This is the capacity for per day. If you chose the batch type, then we can have 1 batch for 1 day. This is efficient. And for the fully continuous one, we can work without stop for 45 to 60 days. So it has much more high efficiency. And for the semi-continuous pyrolysis machine, it's 3 batch for 2 days, much more higher efficiency than the batch type. So this is different advantages for different raw materials and different equipment. If you're interested, you can just contact with us, and we will give you some more detailed introduction. And this about the we can share you some pictures. Here is the batch type pyrolysis machine for the coal tar oil, the residue of the coal tar oil, and it shows 8 lines, while the capacity is 15 tons for 1 line. So it can have 120 tons of the raw materials for 1 day. This is the reactor. Here is a reactor, and back of it is the condensation system. It shows the water tank condensers. We also have the tube condensers. Later I will show you. Here is the tube for the smoke. We will have the smoke, the sulfurization tower, to purify this bad smoke when we release. And now it shows us is the batch type equipment for the waste tire. Here is the tire particles. We can put the particle tire to the furnace, and we also can put the whole tire. But if we to put the particle, so most is we can put more tire than the whole tire. So it can have a very more high efficiency, and the quality of each day is much more higher. Here is the outlet of the batch type pyrolysis machine. The smoke, the flue gas, and the tail gas will come out from here, and then it will first come to the buffer tank. The buffer tank is to slow down the speed of the flue gas and the syngas. This is the first effect of the buffer tank, and the other is to precipitate the impurities or to settle down the carbon black when we have in this furnace, when we have in this flue gas. So it may, when we don't have this kind of device, then there are much more carbon black with the flue gas. Then in the condensation system, it will have to, it may clog the tube in the condensers, and may have some pressure problems. And this is a fully continuous pyrolysis machine, a workshop in China, and this customer bought 2 lines for 100 tons per day. The raw material is a tire rubber powder. It also have a pre-process workshop. If you are interested, we can show you the video. You can just also have the pre-process workshop, or you can just buy the rubber powder directly. But we can't ensure the quality when we buy the carbon black. This is the kind of different. So the carbon black will use this feeding winch to come to this pyrolysis workshop for a further process, for further combustion, and to distillation it to the flue oil. The burner system is the burners, the tail gas burners, and the natural gas burner. Or we can also use the flue oil when we just product. This is a temperature test, and it shows us the feeder of the rubber powder. Well, about the installation cover of fully continuous, we have 6 layers, so we can ensure that the temperature is at a safety level when we touch the installation cover, when it's just have the production. It's very safe. There's no much more higher temperature. It's in the normal temperature. You can see this show is 31 degree. Here is the difference between the water tank condensers. This is the water tank condensers, and here is the tube condensers. It has 7 condensers. The first one is the horizontal condensers, and we also have the oil water separator, vertical condensers, and the other 2. Sorry, the first is the vertical condensers, and the third is the horizontal condensers. And we also have the first step of the vertical condensers to ensure all the flue gas are condensed into oil. This is the condensers, and here is all the removal system. Here, well, it can purify the tail gas. So when we have this business, there are not much more tail gas or waste or the syngas. We can use it directly to to heat the furnace, to heat the reactor. So that's not much more heating energy we need to buy. Well, this is our patent device. It's for purify the bad smoke when we burn the syngas, because it may have some sulfur dioxide or other waste in it. So we can use this all the removal system. There are some sodium hydroxide in it to have a deep contact with the other harmful waste, harmful gas. When it returns to the reactor, it's in a safe and environmental friendly production. Here the customer in maybe in Africa. If you want to visit, you can contact with us. And later I will show you about different configurations, different equipment that we have. Well, we have 3 kinds of equipment: the fully continuous one, a semi-continuous, and the batch type pyrolysis machine. Here is the fully continuous. It's 15 tons per day. The smallest one is 15 tons per day, and the biggest one is 50. The advantages, you can have a look. The first one is it have the PLC system, so it all work automatically. We don't need much more labor, so it can have a safety control and the temperature control and pressure control in a more safety environment. And the efficiency of the fully continuous one, it can have continuous production for 24 hours and can work 45 to 60 days. It have a biggest processing capacity. The biggest one is 50 tons. So we can just only choose one line, can put one line, and can reach the standard of the this kind of business in China. We need to have this kind of process, kind of business to reach to 20,000 tons per year. This is the level in China. And the time and labor saving, just to show it have the much more high efficiency and have the PLC system, so it's much more saving of the time and labor. Here is the layout. Well, it's much more clear. We just have the feeding system, pyrolysis reactor, and the slagging system, condensing system, and the desulfurization system, or you can call it purification system. This is the first fully continuous one. And the second is the semi-continuous one. The capacity is smaller than the fully continuous and the price is lower than it. But it can also reach to a continuous work, can ensure to slag the carbon black at a high temperature. This is the advantages: automatic feeding and high efficiency, and energy saving and poor performance. If you want to have the waste tire rubber powder, or the waste plastic pyrolysis business, you can choose the semi-continuous one. The efficiency of this batch type, semi-continuous, is higher than the batch type, because we don't need to waste of time to cool down the reactor for a few hours and to discharge the carbon black. It can discharge it at a high temperature, so we don't need this cooling time, and we can just discharge the carbon black to a small reactor or by the discharging winch. Then the third one is the batch type pyrolysis plant. The capacity is from 1 ton to 20 tons. Most of our clients will choose 12 tons or 15 tons. The advantages of the batch type is a multiple use, because all kinds of the raw material can use this batch type pyrolysis machine to get the flue volume. We can also use one line to both have this pyrolysis of the tire and plastic. So this is much more multiple use. And for example, if your material is the aluminium plastic, so the only equipment that you can choose is the batch type. And this is some of the advantages. It also has the easy operation. It may have 1 or 2 workers in the feeding system, and 1 or 2 workers in the discharging system, and the discharge of the steel wire system. So it's much more easy to operation, and it's also labor saving, but not saved as the fully continuous one, because they have a PLC system. But this batch type, we can also have the PLC system if you have this kind of requirements. This is cost effective and good stability. Can used for 4 to 6 years. This is the service life. And the 3D video. This is a 3D picture of it. It's the same, much more similar than the semi-continuous, but we just add the cooling system of the reactor, and it's different between the condensation system. While the batch type condensers, it have 7 condensers in different steps, and the fully continuous one, it have 6 condensers. Contained the this is cool down buffer tank, the condenser buffer tank, and the 3 vertical condensers. And the batch type condensation system have 4 steps. The first step is the 2 vertical condensers here. Here is the 2 vertical condensers, and the second step is the oil water separator. The first step is the horizontal condensers, and the first step is the 2 other vertical condensers to can ensure the condensing efficiency, and we can ensure all the flue oil is condensed to the oil. And the oil, we can use it at a very high heating energy. You can sold it to the cement factory, glass factory, bricks factory, this kind of places. This is the first scheme. Well, if your capacity is very small, then we can have this pyrolysis plant unit. Daily capacity is 100 kilogram or 500 kilogram. So there are some. It is most used this for private use or for experiment, some college, or buy this. And its advantages is free installation and cost saving, easy handling, and test available. It's very easy to installation of this unit. But if you are worried about the installation, if you bought this fully continue or the batch type, you don't need to worry, because we have our engineer for you. It can come to your factory to help the installation and help you to train the workers to control this whole line in a very very safety environment. So just if you want the quotation, you can also contact with us. In the common place, we have our WhatsApp and the website and the email. You can contact with us directly, or you can just leave your WhatsApp number, your telephone number, your email to us. Then we can contact with you immediately to give more information like the data or the catalog or other kind of things. This is the final products and applications. The first main products is the flue oil, and we also have the syngas, carbon black, and steel wire from the waste tire. And other kind of products like the aluminium ingot is from the aluminium plastic, or the coal powder is from the coal tar sludge. If you have this kind of daily waste or other waste, and you are not sure if your raw material can use this pyrolysis machine to get oil, you can contact with us. We can have your analysis or some experiment. This is a profit analysis. You can, just for reference, because the program, the market is randomly and is different between different places. It's all based on internet and feedback of our customers. So you can have a reference about the cost each day and income each day. Like, for example, if your raw material is the tire, then we have to buy the tire. Then this is the cost for one side, and other like the electricity consumption, the heating consumption, and the manpower consumption. If you chose a PLC system, so the labor we can save a few pieces, and if you use the syngas, then we can save the heating energy. And the income we can get through oil, you can sell it directly or refine it to have a more higher efficient quality. And the carbon black and steel wire, we can also sell it directly. This is the advantages that our equipment have. You can have reference or have a comparison between different manufacturers. There are many manufacturers in Henan province. You can have a comparison. The configuration program is different, or the detailed is different. For example, here show us is about some information about the reactor or the furnace inside, because the reactor contains an installation cover and a furnace. Well, we used the boiler plate or the stainless steel for the furnace. It will depends on your raw materials. If your raw material is the waste tire or plastic, then we can choose the boiler plate. But if your material is some corrosive oil sludge, then we can choose the stainless steel to ensure it can work safely and to prolong the service life. Okay, and we second tip is the round shape reactor head. Well, it helps withstand high pressure and temperature. This is some advantages that we have for the furnace. And about the reactor, the installation cover, we have three-step welding process. It has 3 layers or 6 layers of the installation. The batch type have 3 layers, and the fully continuous have 6 layers, because the time of the processing is much more longer than the batch type. It's one-piece design and no risk for cracking, so it can prolong the service life of the equipment. This is some introduction about the furnace and the installation cover, and other some information about. You can have a look. This is the multiple fire protection test, guarantee quality control, and this is some device that to ensure that no pollution, it's safe about the environment and human body. For example, the first one is the carbon black transfer system. Well, it's for carbon black collection. Well, some of our clients will told us that if they chose the front slag, it may have a pollution of the dust. So we can use a side slag, then use this wind transfer system. It's all sealed. It's a sealed underground store, so we don't have to worry about the dust pollution. And the third is the purification system for the gas, the smoke, and the syngas. Different regions have different policies of the gas release or the pollution solves problem. So we can give you different program of different configurations. Then you can contact with our sales manager to tell your regions you want to have this business. Then we can have your analysis and give you the configuration program of your due to your requirements. Here is some products, some device that we have. All the device that have in this whole line is built in our own factory. So you are also welcome to come our factory to visit the prototype and the whole line of different raw materials and the different capacity. So I'm not sure is there anybody in my live show. So if you're here, you can type to have a communication. And if there are nobody and there are no questions, then it's time to say goodbye. We are doing rope for the waste tire with plastic pyrolysis machine. We can get the flue oil, carbon black, steel wire after pyrolysis. Thank you for your watching today. If there are nobody in my live show, so it's time to say goodbye. It's welcome to contact with us by the email or the WhatsApp. You can also follow our website. There are much more information for us about the whole market and the business that we have. So if there's nobody here, then it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your watching today. If there are no questions, it's time to say goodbye. Well, today we show us is about how to choose the equipment that between different raw materials. We have the solid thing and the hazardous waste that can also use this pyrolysis machine. If you have any questions about this, you can send your message to us privately, and we have the professional sales manager to give you the answer. Thank you